So which row is best for building muscle? Today we're going to pit 3 of them against each other in the iron face-off. We're going to go over the pros and cons of each to come down to the one decision. If I only could choose one, which would it be? What's up guys, Jeff Cavaliere, ATHLEAN-X.com. So today the iron face-off has arrived. We are going to pit exercises against each other in a scenario where I'm going to give you pros and cons of each so that I can determine for you, if I could only choose one, which would it be if we're looking for hypertrophy? Not strength at the moment, that's coming, but right now for hypertrophy, and we're looking at 3 variations of the row. Now, I love all these variations of the row, guys. We program all these variations of the row, but each of them does have its own set of pros and cons, and if we pit them all up against each other, is there one that wins out? Well, hopefully we're going to determine that today. And the 3 exercises we're using, again, are going to be the one-arm dumbbell row, a barbell row, and a one-arm cable row from a high position. So let's start looking at this right off the bat. I'm going to tell you right now that my #1 con for this exercise is actually the setup that most of us use. And again, we've used this exercise in this form as well, but this is the issue for some. When you're in this position right here, you have your staggered stance back here, and it puts ourselves in a position of vulnerability here in the groin. I've covered this in a previous video where herniations can occur from this exercise. As a matter of fact, both times that I incurred a hernia, it came from doing this exact exercise in this position, and it was in this bottom position. When I'm here, I have the stretch and a little bit of weakness and vulnerability in there, and I come down, and I feel the burn right in here. So I've given up doing it from this position, but it is one of the problems. But I'm going to give you another reason why it's not so great, because we don't get a chance to get a good stretch here of the lats. Because we know that the lats, in order to be stretched, can't be here relative to our body. They have to be up here, out in front, right? Just like in a lat pull down, your arm has to be out in front of your body and up high. So even when I show you this different position here that we can use with this tripod position, we basically prop up the bench and then do it from this squared off position here. Now being squared takes away a lot of the vulnerability from that. And it allows now for the pros of the exercise. When I'm here, one thing is I can address any imbalances that I might have because we're training one arm at a time, where you're going to see that's going to play itself as a detriment to the barbell row. So I have to work with the strength I have here. But as I come up, because I have one arm free, I can get not just up, but back and across. Because when we talk about the exercise here, if you want to fully contract the lat, you have to get an adduction of the arm, not just extension back here, but adduction closer to the spine. So bringing your upper arm closer to your spine so that the lat can maximally shorten, given that its origin and insertion are there, and they need to be able to come towards each other. We could do that with a dumbbell, which gives us, you can see the difference here. If I stay right here and just extension versus if I come up and I pull in, I can get that tighter, stronger contraction. Now that leads to the one other con of the exercise, and that is, if I'm going to do this right and take advantage of that pro, then I am limited to my strength in that range, in that extended and retracted position, because I'm at a mechanical disadvantage at that point in the exercise. So if I started with maybe an 80-pounder that I could, or right here I even have a 55, that I could lift down here with no problem, that's fine, but I can't get it into extension and then back into adduction. Here I actually can, but I mean, most of us, if we went heavier, you might lose the ability to do that. So you're going to be limited to the amount of weight that you can use on this exercise if you're doing it correctly. So now, let's come over to the barbell row. On the barbell row, right away, a con, imbalances, right? We can hide imbalances because one arm could take over for the bar and do more of the work without the other arm necessarily knowing. Okay, so we can hide imbalances because the one bar has 2 hands that are contributing force to it, but it doesn't demand that it's contributing equal force. The next thing is, I don't have the ability to do that adduction of the arms back towards each other, the elbows across the body, because I'm fixed here by the bar. So you can see once again, as I come up, the bar actually makes contact with my lower torso here and doesn't even allow me to get further back into extension necessarily, but certainly I can't bend my hands around that I need to be able to bend the bar and pull it back in order to do that. However, what's the benefit here? The benefit of the barbell row is, number one, it's a very athletic exercise. I love being able to be strong in this position. This is the breakdown position. It's the athletic position. I'm on my feet and I have the ability and awareness to be able to move from this position. So if I could get stronger here as an athlete, then I have the ability to be strong anytime I need to be in this position. The other thing is too, we can load up more weight here than we can on that exercise, given the fact that the additive effect of the two arms together, it's not 1 + 1 = 2, it's more 1 + 1 = 5 here. And again, the greater stability from having our feet on the ground in a nice sturdy position here and being a little bit more upright. Now, that leads to my final con here. You have to have a very strong low back to be able to perform this exercise. And a lot of us don't. And we jump into doing this with the heavier weights and our body can't stabilize it. And if we don't hurt our back, then all we do is we start to turn the exercise into a shit form of the exercise by taking this up here, which is supposed to be a good strong row, and we start standing and cheating because we're trying to get the bar up and we don't know another way to do it because we lack the strength and stability of the low back. However, one last pro, if you do the exercise in that position, you're going to strengthen your low back if you continue to do it right. So now we move on over here. And we kind of settle here with the redheaded stepchild of rows, and that is the one-arm high cable row. But what you're going to see is this is a great version of the row. So what are we addressing here? Well, the first thing is look at the position. Just like the barbell row, yet another con, we didn't get that full stretch position of the arm. We were never able to get our arm out in front of our body to get a good stretch. Well, right here, we have that opportunity, okay? Right off the bat, we have a good stretch. Even if we start from a squared off position, we have a great stretch here of the lat. Because we have a great stretch, we can take advantage of the stretch reflex that will increase our strength output on the exercise. The second thing is we have a greater range of motion on the exercise because we have the ability to go into this entire eccentric range of motion. Okay, and because of that, we can add an eccentric overload. And when it comes to hypertrophy, guys, an eccentric overload is a very valuable portion of the lift that we can't ignore. So not only do we have this throughout every single rep, but even when I reach failure here, I can actually go from here and go two hands assisted in, and now eccentric overload. Concentric assist and eccentric overload. Concentric assist, so I can take it beyond failure for even more hypertrophy and gains. Come around the back, you'll see that I still have the opportunity here to do that same thing because we're unilateral, no imbalances, we can fix those, and I can come back and around as I did on the one-arm row. Back and around at the full contraction on the one-arm row. Right? And then again, we have that final benefit of it still being a very athletic exercise because I'm grounded, I'm in a good square position. Again, feet on the ground is always, to me, going to be a better athletic position. So now, what is the con? I got one con here, guys. I do think you can still load up the weight here, for sure, because of all those extra benefits of the eccentric, but you don't necessarily have any low back targeting, okay? With the low back here, it's kind of out of play. It's not being trained the way it was in the barbell bent over row, but we have a lot of other options we can use when we're trying to target the low back. So I would opt for that. So if I could only choose one, this would be it right here, because I can do all the things I want to do to get the benefits of this exercise by minimizing the cons and the detrimental effects that come from the other versions of the rows. But let's clarify one time again. The barbell row makes its way into a lot of my programming for specific reasons at specific times. The one-arm row makes its way into my programming for specific reasons at specific times. But if we had to pit them all head to head, watch that damn thing. If we had to pit them head to head, then what I'm going with is this one right here. Guys, I hope you like the iron face-off. Leave your suggestions below. Let me know what else you want me to cover. What exercises do you want me to pit head to head? And I'll do my best to break them down for you, put the science behind the strength, and to help you to make the best decision for you and have the reasons why so you can argue with your gym buddies. Because yes, there'll be some arguments. All right, guys, if you're looking for a program that puts it all out for you and lays it all out step by step, head over to ATHLEAN-X.com right now and get our ATHLEAN-X training program. I'll see you guys back here again in a few days.